Just in with the boys, grabbing some fresh mullet, and in here some fresh yellowtail mackerel. So this is the most important part of our fishing day, getting the fresh bait. All right, see you at the beach. So here we are, we've got the FD1 by SwellPro again today. This is one of our waterproof drones, and look, if you want to see a bit more detail on this today, we're going to be getting out and just doing more of a fishing day out style video. But if you want to see a bit more detail on that, we'll have the link in the description below of one of our demos that we did at Te Arai Beach a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, if you want to get the ins and outs of this drone here, check that video out. But for now, real simple rundown. We're gonna we've plugged in our battery, put on our propellers, put some fresh batteries in our remote. First thing I always do, turn on the remote, which is this button here. All switches facing the upright position. Underneath here, sorry, this side is our power button. Go. That dial tone just lets you know it's ready to go. It'll say initializing on the remote control. Basically, what our FD1's job is today, it's going to be dropping out our deep drop baits. So a couple of 6-hook rigs. We've got a few boys we've got to feed today, so a few rigs with 6 hooks out wide, and they're the Paul's Fishing Systems long line rigs. And after that, we'll I think I might even just drop a 1-hook ledger rig livey out first, because that's just too tempting, and I don't want them sitting in that livey tank for too long. So here we go. This switch is your airdrop, which means drops your baits out there. This switch in the middle is your return home, so once it's out the required distance, that'll bring it home once you switch that down. And this one here is your GPS. You always want your GPS facing upright. And now that we're on that switch, we're going to do our calibration. Always start your day with a drone by doing your calibration. All right, don't forget to calibrate. It does not know where home is if you do not calibrate your drone. All right, awesome. So here we go. By flicking the GPS switch up and down, that will initialize the calibration. It says horizontal calibration, rotate drone clockwise. Vertical calibration, clockwise, nose down. So remember, front of the drone, front on the top here, that is your nose. So nose down, clockwise. Yep, it says initializing, just means that this is having a conversation with your drone. Awesome. Yep, we've got 10 satellites, which is absolutely perfect. 17.3 volts, so that's a full battery. I think we're ready to go. We're going to set up a livey rig, so check this out. Yep. Sweet. Let's keep that line nice and low, bro. Yep. Yep. And just put them down on that wet sand. Yep. Okay. Here we go. I'm just collecting up all that loose line, making sure we're nice and safe in this set. All right. Now we'll boost them out. So you want this just behind the breakers, eh, bro? time, GPS, head drop. Here we go. Wind at its back. Awesome. So we wanted to do another bit of a product demo today while we're out here fishing, and today's product we're going to be demonstrating is the SkyClip that is made for the SPRY Plus. So SPRY Plus is another waterproof drone that's made by SwellPro. Basically goes out 800 meters. It can carry 6 ounces and 3 hooks, and I'll tell you what, it's an agile little drone in the wind. Now, we've added the sport props to it as well, just to give it a little bit more lift and get it out there. But one of the things that we want to make sure that we put out there when you're using the SkyClip that's made for the SPRY is, because of how low this is to the ground, like that's going to literally be sitting in the sand, one of these landing mats is absolutely vital to your setup. So again, we've got both of our tension release clips on the bottom of this drone, just so you can see the difference on them. We're going to be using the SkyClip tension release, and yeah, we're going to be getting these baits out wide. So we've got 2 hooks and a 3-ounce sinker, just as you would surf casting. But obviously when you can get out in 800 meters, you're going to get your surf rig out a little bit further. So I'm going to fire this bad boy up. I'll show you how to calibrate it. So here we go. Power button on the top of your remote control, just like so. It's on. Power button on the top of the drone. Here we go. She starts coming to life, you know you're working. Good thing about this drone is it's got the, inside the remote control, it actually has a screen that shows you what's going on live. Let me bring this in a bit closer. But it actually gives you a bit of a demonstration as to what the drone is actually looking at. So I don't know if you can see that. How's that look? Nice. So yeah, that just gives you an idea of what the remote looks like. First thing we've got to do is our calibration. And it's exactly the same as the FD1 and the SD4. So top right hand side of the remote, there's a joystick that says GPS, circle flight and ATTI. We're going to rapidly move that up and down. Okay, it says on the remote, horizontal calibration, rotate drone clockwise. All right, now mat, so horizontal, keeping an eye on the remote control. Yep, so it says vertical calibration, clockwise, nose down. So gonna dip this down and continue. We'll know when that's completed because it will say initializing. There we go. Set that on the mat. Good practice, always set it on a flat surface while it's initializing. Right, we are good to go. Just like all of our other setups, going to be using our release wire. Now, again, these release wires fit in both of our tension release clips. Again, I typically wouldn't have both of these on there, but today for demonstration purposes we wanted to have both, just so you guys can see the difference. And I'll tell you what, from testing both of them, the feedback has been that the SkyClip is a very, very good tension release indeed. So we're just going to check that into the 2 ball bearings like so. And because we've got our mat, not going to have to worry about getting sand in between our SkyClip ball bearings, and that's why these landing mats are absolutely vital when you're using these SkyClips. So check them out. Right, we are set to go. Bail arm is ready to go. So the drone that we've been using today, the FD1, the difference with this drone is you do actually have to create tension to release your your payload or your hook section or whatever is attached to your release wire. We're going to set this one about 250, I think. Yep, 250. Return home. So on the top here, pushing return home. The amazing thing with this drone is I can actually see it on screen. I can see it coming back to us. This is amazing. She's a pretty cool little drone. One of the brothers that is actually our amazing cameraman, he absolutely adores this drone, and I can actually see why. It's a different level when you've got a camera and you can see exactly what the drone's doing. So he's behind the camera going, yep, yep. So here she comes. Actually, that was very easy. That was very, very easy. Just like that, eh? Landed drone, you're getting bites. And we're getting bites already. So, hey man, that's a very quick rundown to how the SPRY works, the remote control, and I mean, we're already getting bites. So, look, if you're out there, you love surf casting, but there are days where you just want to get a little bit further, this just might be the drone for you. Comes with a camera on the front, and it's 1080, so brilliant when it comes to clarity of picture. And like I say, as I'm talking to you, this is still filming. So amazing little setup indeed. Very small, fits in the boot of your car, in the back of your car. SkyClip just means that tension release is a very, very good tension release. So so these SkyClips also come available in sizes that will fit the DJI Phantom and also the DJI Mavic Pro 2. So if you're out there, you've got those drones, you've been using them for filming, and you think, I think, hey, that's usually a good sign when the line goes that slack like that. But hey, I've been thinking about getting into a bit of fishing as well. These SkyClips will make that possible for you. So hey, check them out on our website. The link will be in the description below. Otherwise, yeah, come in and see us in store and we'll help you. So here we go. I've just got Maddie to come in a bit closer. Because as your hook section gets into the wash area, that's where a lot of people lose their snapper or their fish in this wash. Snapper starts feeling the sand, they start feeling the waves and all of that, so they start playing up again. They get their second wind. But if you walk closer to the water just before the hook section becomes visible, you've got all of that sand behind you then to do a bit of backpedaling and keep your line tight, keep your hook nice and tight connected to the fish, particularly while you are fighting them and pulling them backwards. So yeah, here we go. Oh yep, pulling line, pulling sharks. I saw that. Here we go. Yep, that's tugging on that line right there. Here we go. It's not far now, bro. Got a snapper, nice snapper too, and a bronzy it looks like. Oh, hammerhead. Here we go. Hammerhead. Yeah. Okay. think I've wrecked my phone, but we got the hook out. Got to release them, nice. Always do your best to release the sharks. Poke the hooks out where you can. But check that out, nice little snapper coming up on the beach as well.
Whatever's on there, bro. Yeah.
I think so, bro. Yeah.
Oh, would?
One didn't break.
Yeah.
Yep, one didn't break. So here we go. We've probably got another half an hour of light. So it's big baits going out. We've had another kahawai come up on one of our longline rigs, and so I mean I'm only using one hook, so hedging the old bets these days. But what I'm doing is putting out big baits. So the last bait that we put out got absolutely hammered. Nothing hooked up sadly, but on this one I've got 2 hooks running through a mullet head with a bit of guts for a scent and smell. Same again, got one of the hooks sitting out here where the guts are, and one of the hooks in the head where it's nice and hard. Just making the bait a little bit harder to steal off the line. So I'm going to grab our drone and we're going to send that out maybe 300-400 meters and see what happens. We've got a 6-hook rig out. The rest of the boys have been using 3-4 hooks. Myself and Taura, we're using 1 hook each, but just big baits. Yeah, so we've got a few different things going on tonight. It's pretty cool, and we're going to fish into the night. So yeah, we'll see you soon. We'll see you putting this bad boy out quick. Turn home, turn it back up, and you can see it's going to start decreasing shortly. There you go. Have the R up the top. You can see our distance is slowly getting smaller. That's the height that I set it out at. Yeah, and that's what the screen should look like if you're getting it all sorted. Cool. Hey everybody, how's it going? So this is the second, I suppose, product that we wanted to demonstrate inside this video, and just bring a bit of awareness that with drone fishing and kite fishing, the gear that you use for these two systems is very, very similar. So I mean, I've brought it along to show you how small a kite setup is, but what I recommend, I mean, today what we've done, we've come out on the east coast. We've got the northeast winds, so the winds are ideal for the west coast, but I thought I'd break it down just as a demo. These are always sitting in the back of my truck because at any given time, if the winds are too big for my condor, if the winds are too big for the drone that I've got with me that day, chances are having a kite with me means I'm still going to be able to get my long line rig out deep. So as you can see, exactly the same trace rack, same traces. So that's one thing that you'll already have in common with your drone setup. And then all you add to that is this, this hand spool. This hand spool's got the kite line, everything on it. There's no needing to figure anything out. It's all sorted out for you. And then basically your kite. So let me just pull this out. We're gonna have a go at actually setting it up and setting it out in this wind for you. They all come with instructions as well. We've taken out all the guesswork. Okay. Let this unravel itself. Cool. So I was talking about how having a kite in the back of your car just means that if the winds are too much, this is just one of our kites. We've got flexi wings, deltas, all sorts. And I thought I'd just bring this out because I've always got one of these sitting in the back of the truck. And basically, the same gear that you use for drone fishing can be used for kite fishing. So we've pulled this out. Let me just see if I can get it to catch some. There we go. So I'm gonna just leave that to sit there for now, because the first part of it is our hand spool. Man, that is sitting beautifully. So remember, we're on the east coast and we've got a northeast wind. Typically you want the wind at your back if you're going to be fishing. But this video is purely to give you a bit of a demonstration as to how easy this goes. So this is going to roll off our hand spool. Nice. So then we'll come to a section in the hand spool, and that has a loop on it. This is where's our line? Here it is. This is where I would fasten my coast lock clip to the line, okay? So this would then run out. You can then connect your, it'll go down where you connect your bottle. After your bottle, basically your hook section, and you're out there fishing once again. Same traces. The sinkers are a little bit different, but I tell you what, it is a great option to have in your car. This kite's just sitting up there. I mean, another thing is, you're not allowed to fly the drones at night. But guess what? You can fly a kite at night. So, hey, this just means you're going to have a little bit more options when you're out there fishing. Kite fishing and drone fishing, man, hand in hand. Big winds, no stress. Kites, change it back up with the drone when the day settles down later on. But if you can tuck one of these behind your seat, you're covered no matter what the conditions. So, hey, come and check us out. We've got them in store. We've got them on our website. And if you've got any questions, give us a yell, because we want to make sure that we got you set up with the right gear. And it's, I mean, the kite's just sitting up there like it's like it was made to do. So I'm going to pack this gear up and we're going to get back into some fishing.
Okay. Start looking down, bro. This fisherman bring it in.
Snap and a cowboy. Good stuff.
Yep.
Check it out.
Oh, nice.
That's a good snapper. Another one is twin. Three.
What it was, hey, that bonito bait prey, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Two snapper and a nice colourway added to the tally. So hey, change your light fishing. Change your light fishing, man. And these ones took bonito. That's why it hit so flicky quick, eh? Open like bonito. So there we go. Put it all together. That's 3 out of 6 hooks. Good stuff. All right, let's get this up. I think your rod probably be beat over right now, bro. I'll find it. There we go. Last set. This was one of the last ones we sent out on the drone just before dark. She's well and truly dark now. Open them up, bro. Open them up. Look at that. Look at that. Nice size fish, man. Good eating size snapper. Beautiful. And another rod coming in. SPRY. Yep. There we go. What we got? There we go. Another good snapper. Good snapper, man. Another snapper. That's two. Oh, that's a good snapper. Look at that one. Yeah. All good sizes, man. One.
Yep, still a
Two.
Oh, that's a nice one.
It's a good one. That is us for the night. Hey, once we got the drone sets in and realised we've actually got enough food there, we decided we'll pack up, we'll head for home and get a bit of dinner on the way back. And I mean, check out some of the quality of these snappers. Look at that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So yeah, we've got about 8 or 9 snapper in there, 2 big kahawai. So beautiful, beautiful feed. Ready to go right there. Salt ice in there. I'm going to layer that over the top of this fish as well, just to make sure it's kept in really good quality. But hey, that's us for today's little adventure. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up and comment below what you'd like to see us do more of. Obviously today we got out with 2 different drones. We had the SPRY out there and the FD1, and you got to see a little bit of the differences in how they operate. But man, it all ended up meaning fish in the bin, and it was an awesome day. So got to see some of the boys on the end of the rod pulling in some fish. That was the highlight for me today. Ooh, he's flexing behind us. Man, if you haven't already gone, come and check out our demos. We're going to be posting up some more of that. Jump on the website www.fishingtacklesale.co.nz and subscribe to the emailer, because through our newsletter you're going to get an email every couple of weeks, if not every week, detailing when we've got demos on, all sorts of product reviews, a little bit of info as to what's happening out in the fishing scene. And yeah, definitely as a family and as a business, we want to look after you and make sure you're out there fishing. So we'll see you again. See you soon, eh?